Yo, what's good, folkers? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. This is Tyrus Bain. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy channel, where today, on April 28th, 2021, I'm going to talk about Karen Garner. Okay? Karen Garner is a 70-year-old woman that was arrested and manhandled by officers from the Loveland Police Department. And I will leave a link to their information. Maybe you guys want to give them a call and let them know how you feel about it. I'm also going to post a link in the description with the video from HighImpactFlix where he goes over the incident. Okay, so you guys can see what's going on, or you can find it on any news outlet. I mean, it's pretty easy to find. But this is what I'm talking about when I say we have a problem with police terrorism in this country. And that's what it is. It's terrorism. Now, I know it's not, they don't have political ends to their bullshit, but they're politically protected. So that's why I can call it terrorism. And I also call it terrorism because they terrorize people. So what they did to this woman who was walking down the highway, or walking down the road, minding her own business, was walk up on her and force her to have an interaction with them. Okay? And he said, the male police officer said something to the effect of, you just left Walmart, you need to stop and blah, blah, blah. And when she decided to take her grown-ass self as a grown-ass woman and keep it pushing, he grabbed her, right? Grabbed her by the arm, wrenched her arm behind her back, and tore her arm out of the socket as he put her on the hood of his car. Okay? And the female police officer, I forgot her name, Jalali or something like that, assisted in this assault on this 70-year-old woman. Now, this is how you destroy the narrative of the bad shiners, okay? The bad shiners like ABL, the Brandon Tatums, the Steven Crowders, all these clowns, all these bad shiners. This is how you destroy their narrative. When they say that there's no such thing as police brutality in this country, or police brutality is not a problem in this country, right? Especially in regards to the black community. Well, you say, you know what? They are a problem, period. Police brutality is a problem in this country, not just for black people, but for anybody that they have the possibility of interacting with. You understand what I'm saying? And this woman, Karen Garner, is a white woman. So that's how you destroy the narrative that police are the greatest heroes in this country, which they damn show ain't not. Wait, that was a triple negative. They damn show not the greatest heroes in this country. You understand what I'm saying? I could think of many other professions, but anyway. So they take her, they break her arm and tear her shoulder out of the socket. Then they take her back to the prison, or to the jail, to the department or whatever, and place her in a cell for 2 to 6 hours. All right, 2 to 6 hours, and then they talking shit about this woman, talking about celebrating how they have ruined her, how they took this. I think she's 80 pounds. That's what's being said, but I don't know how much she weighs. Needless to say, she's a 70-year-old woman. She's a septuagenarian, okay? She's a septuagenarian, and they manhandled this woman, and they're bragging about it, like they've done they've done some great service to the world, like they solved all the problems of the world and healed all the ailing children. No. What they did was some clown shit. All right. So when you encounter these bad shiners, please, if you have any level of honesty, let them know about the situation, because they're not going to volunteer that they know about it. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if you bring it up to these people. They're going to be like, oh, I didn't hear about that. I need to look into that. And you'll never hear them speak about it. This is the problem. This woman was minding her own business, and the police decided to break her arm and tear her arm out of the socket. And not only that, when they sent her to the jail, they reported 0 injuries. So they didn't even care to see if this woman was injured or what they'd done to her caused any damage. This is the problem with policing in this country. It's not just about them shooting a unarmed black man, even though that's part of the problem. It covers the entire gambit. These people are too heavily protected by politicians, by the court system, by qualified immunity, where they don't suffer any real consequences for their actions. They might get paid time off, you know what I'm saying? And it is very rare where something like what happened to Derek Chauvin happened. And we don't even know what's going to happen to him, because, I mean, he still has to be sentenced. And we don't know what kind of sentencing he's going to get. And I don't know the sentencing guidelines for those particular crimes he was charged for. But needless to say, we don't know what's going to happen with Derek Chauvin. We don't know if he's going to get out on an appeal or whatever the case may be. The fact of the matter is, this is real evidence of the problem with policing in this country, and it cannot be ignored. It should not be ignored. Anybody who decides to ignore it, anybody that tells you that it's not the problem, you need to, we need to call them out on their bullshit, straight up and down. We don't need police reform. We need citizen reform. Well, how do you reform a woman who's minding her own business and don't want to be bothered? I don't know what they're saying happened in Walmart. I don't know. She should probably accused of stealing something or shoplifting. Listen, if you, first of all, it's innocent until proven guilty, okay? Innocent until proven guilty. The police should not just be able to go up to you, start grabbing on you because somebody accused you of stealing something. Like I said, I don't know what happened in the Walmart, all right? That's beside the point. If she shoplifted something, let's say she did not deserve to have her arm broken and her shoulder pulled out of the socket. It doesn't call for that. Most of these so-called crimes that people are getting caught for do not call for that level of physical abuse. And that's exactly what it is. Physical abuse. No two ways about it. Just like they like to soften up little boys, right? Soften up little boys by beating them in the chest, and your boy B. Tatum says that he has no problem with that. I think they softened up another kid the other day. I need to look into that. There's so much evidence of police terrorism in this country. And that's exactly what it is. Police brutality, police terrorism, right? The police cabal, the police mafia, the police gangs, whatever you want to call them. And, you know, shout out to them people there's a couple cops that actually stopped one cop from beating the face in of a woman, you know, that was handcuffed and sitting on the curb. Ooh wee. Oh shit, I cannot see. Fucking sunlight shining bright in my eyes. Hold on now, killers. Jesus. Woo. Anyway, so they this woman, a white woman by the way, handcuffed, sitting on the curb, getting beat on by a pig because she didn't want to do exactly what he wanted her to do. And that's another problem. If you don't know how to restrain and control a woman who's handcuffed, sitting on the curb, then you do not deserve to be patrolling and call yourself protecting and serving the community, which is not what they do. This is the major problem. And it will continue to be a problem until it's addressed seriously, until it's taken seriously by the court system, by politics, by the politicians. You know what I'm saying? Real shit needs to be done. The community needs to step up and say, nah, we ain't rolling. We're not rolling with this. I'm pissed. I'm so hot about what I saw. If that was your mother, what would you want to do? What if that was my mother being manhandled by the pigs like that, and I was there? You see another dead black man probably, because I ain't letting it go down. And this is another thing. We need to make it to where if the citizens, or not citizens, the people, or the citizens are seeing this level of abuse from a police officer when it's uncalled for, we need to be able to stop them physically. And the police needs to know that we can stop them without consequences coming to us. So let's say if a person's, of course there has to be a certain, parameters, right? If a person's handcuffed on the ground and they getting beat on by a police officer, I don't care what that person did prior to that. I don't care what that person did seconds or 1 second prior to ended up in handcuffs and on the ground. What needs to happen is that person, that cop, needs to be pulled off by the people. The people around need to be able to pull that cop off, stop them from abusing somebody needlessly, without consequences coming to the people that stopped them. I don't care what. I don't care if the person that was handcuffed was murder, was suspected for murder. Again, innocent until proven guilty. You can't just start beating on people unless you know for a fact they're guilty, right? For instance, if I see somebody abusing a child and I see them in the act, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record them real quick, and then I'm going to go over there and I'm going to beat their ass and probably, beat their ass until I can't stop. You know what I mean? Until they're hurt. I don't know. But that way, I'm protected. In that case, what's the point of letting them go through the court system? If they're abusing a child sexually or physically or whatever the case may be, they're abusing a child. They don't deserve to live. So, at that point, street justice can handle that. You understand what I'm saying? At that point, street justice can handle that. Cop, citizen, whatever. But you have to catch them in the act. It can't just be based on an accusation, unless of course it's like your child or something like that, and they tell you this person touched me in the wrong way, and you know your children wouldn't lie to you. Then you at that point you have to deal with the court system. You know what I'm saying? You end up killing that person that your child accused of sexually abusing her or him. Hey, take your chance. If you knock them off, take your chances in court. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the jury will be sympathetic to your situation. You know what I'm saying? Those are certain instances where, okay, blah, blah, blah. But if you're being called to, if you're being called to, if you're a cop and you're being called to a location to deal with an accused suspect, and you didn't witness the so-called acts, then you have no right to just run up on people, start manhandling them unnecessarily and beating on them and shit and punching and kicking and all that. But anyway, you have no right. Cop, not cop, I don't give a hot fuck. You don't have a right to put your hands and feet on people like that just because they won't cooperate with you in the way you want them to. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have that right. If you can't subdue that person without rending their arm behind their back and all this other shit, then guess what? You're gonna have to let the motherfucker go until you can deal with it in a better way. Or you try to level with that person, try to talk to them. Don't be so arrogant when you approach them. You know what I'm saying? Look, can I talk to you for a minute? I need to talk to you about this thing that happened at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Please, this, that, the third, and then we can have a discussion. But no. All right. I got to get out of here, guys. Peace.